So, high rates of student suicide cases in Indonesia. Well, suicide cases is not a new thing in Indonesia or even the world. We have seen a lot of cases in Indonesia or outside Indonesia, which is the world. And now we want to share a new information about how the high rates of students suicide cases in Indonesia. Next. All right. So before that, as you know, suicide is from a Latin language. Uh, so it's suicidium, and it's divided into two, which is sui. Sui means ourself, and dium means kill, die. So the meaning of suicide is just the taking of one's own life, right? So have you ever think about doing suicide before?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Alright. Just thinking like, oh, what if I'm doing suicide? What will happen to my family or to my friends? Only the thought of doing suicide? No?
No.
Okay, yeah, everyone have their different. Okay, no. Okay, everyone have their own different opinion, yeah, and experience, of course. Okay, next. Now let's us see. These days, suicide is really a huge topic because the power of social media. We have seen a lot of cases, which is like in Instagram or TikTok about cases that related to the suicide, especially in the age of teenager. And here, there's a news from Kompas.com about suicide cases of the of the college students, university students, while she was doing in the middle of the skripsi, make a final project for this college. And I think anyone have seen this news before in Instagram. I think it's really popular in Instagram. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. The characteristic. The first one is college students, which is the teenager, and then or we can say semi-adult. All right. Okay. And then there's a woman. Yeah. The characteristic here is a woman. Okay. And the next. Okay. Let's see the next cases here. There's also another suicide cases in the viral in the internet. I think this is also really popular because she wrote that she left a letter to her mom. So I think this also really have an impact on the audience. Yeah. So okay, next. All right. So here I have a data based on data from the National Criminal Information Center of Indonesian National Police. There were 1971 suicide cases in Indonesia during the period from January to October 18, 2023. So during this month, during this year until October, there's a lot of suicide cases in Indonesia. But you can see from here, the first chart or the first region is from Jawa Tengah, and the next is Jawa Timur and Bali. Bali is the top 3 of the suicide cases in Indonesia. It's also new information for me. It is new thing for me, and also here the number 1971. If we compare it to Indonesia and other country, what do you think? Is this a lot of number or not a lot of number? Low number. But if we see, if we really compare to the South Korea or China, any other country, 1971 is not that huge number compared to other country. Yeah. This one 1971 number is something. It's been data. Dia itu dicatat. Dia the government. Yeah. Okay, the next one. So 1971 cases itu, jadi but there's based on Sandaran Online and Friends at the Lancet Regional Health Southeast Asia, they said that sebenarnya masih banyak, there's a lot of cases, banyak sekali ada cases tentang kasus pembunuhan, kasus suicide, kasus bunuh diri di Indonesia, but itu tidak dilaporkan oleh keluarga. So the reason kenapa itu tidak dilaporkan ke pemerintah, to the government, is one of the reason is because of the social stigma. Because social stigma ini yang akan mengefek ke family. Jadi, for example, there's a family A. In the family A, there's someone who do suicide, yeah. And then after that, this family will not share or give the information to other family because they ashamed. Mereka malu, they embarrassed bahwa ternyata ada in their family someone doing suicide gitu, di keluarganya dia. So sebenarnya di case Indonesia itu masih banyak sekali cases, tapi tidak didata atau karena the family masih berdasarkan atas social stigma. So that's make the rates atau pendataan terkait kasus bunuh diri ini, suicide cases ini tidak banyak compared to other countries. Well, dan juga so there's a lot of also banyak sekali faktor terus banyak sekali, there's also a lot of the way how to prevent this suicide cases, and that will be explained by my friends. Thank you.
Okay, so let's move on to the risk factor associated with student suicide. So exactly, there are a lot of factors that can causing suicide for the student. Like this is personal feelings from people, and yeah, we don't even know what exactly people feeling or thoughts or pemikiran dari seseorang. There is a lot of people maybe can smile, but in the back they have a lot of big problem or something like something like that, like big problem. So jadi padahal mereka tersebut memiliki feelings untuk suicide, jadi kita nggak ada yang tahu. Okay, next. So the first factors that can cause suicide is the first is about academic pressure. So yeah, there are three key words. So the first is the intense workload. So yeah, when students have a lot of project or homework, something like that, so student cannot manage their time to do it or to have done it, and this can cause like stress or rasa putus asa yang akan dirasakan oleh seorang murid. Kemudian the next is high competition. So in education, especially we have like competitive environment, like the student have to be higher level on the other student. Like when the student cannot achieve that, they can feeling like they can feeling stressed too, like the mental health can impact to their mental health. And also the last is high expectation in the academic environment. So we come to university, we have like our parents or people around us, like they have expectation to us to can be succeed in this university, and yeah, we have to realize it and so said that we have like privilege to come to this university, and we have to what is it like improve our privilege and yeah. Next. Okay, the second factor is about mental health issues. So there are 3 points. Is the first one is depression, anxiety, and bipolar disorder. The first one is depression. So depression is feelings that can us feel like stress and lost interest to do something like that. And yeah, this can cause by like the factors before, like academic pressure, something like that. And the second one is anxiety. So yeah, anxiety is a feeling that can impact people to worry about something that like no tidak ada alasan yang jelas untuk membuat seseorang tersebut merasa stress atau worry about that feeling. And the last is bipolar disorder. So this is like feeling that can easily swing and say like manic bipolar is like highest happiness from people feeling, and depression also. So yeah, bipolar disorder is easily changing to from higher situation until depression. So yeah, these 3 mental health issues have a correlation to people to raise their risks to suicide. And the third is about social isolation. So yeah, have you ever feelings of loneliness, social exclusion, or lack of social? So this is called social isolation. So when we like don't have people to interact and like bad on the communication or bad on social experience, something like that. So we don't have people to talk it, and yeah, we easily to feel stress, and then like we not have support to clear about the problem. And yeah, next. And the last one is about family and personal factors. So for me, I think this is the most impact factor that can causes suicide for the students. So yeah, word broken home. Yeah. So this situation can easily impact the people to risk about suicide. And yeah, family is the first. It is the one of people that can give us like give us aspiration, love, and we feel like all of the situation can clear when we met our family. And yeah, family and personal factors can play a significant role in suicide risk, emphasizing the importance of fostering supportive environments, open communication, and assessing mental health resources. Okay, I think that's all about the factors can suicide student. For the next topic will be explained by my friend. Thank you.
Next slide. Okay, thank you. So for the next, I will explain about the science of the student suicide. So for the first is about talking about suicide, self-harm, and death. So if the student have like sometimes talking like I rather die or I better die, something like that. That's one of the sign of student would like do something bad. And then the second sign is the hating and blaspheming yourself. So sometimes the students maybe like hate themselves. Why did they born? Something like that, and then blaming that everything, what just happened, what the problem, everything that maybe thinking that this is the cause. And then for the next sign is the looking for a deadly way to commit suicide. So if you have the chance to see in the phone or sometimes your friends maybe like speaking or asking something to us, something like um, have you like have you thinking that if I fall from the third floor, I might be die from that fall, something like that. That was so that was an example. And then for the next is the withdrawing from a family, friends, or companions. So um, it is from this sign that is the students um, at first maybe like we see them are very friendly, and also suddenly a few weeks later maybe they become have memutus hubungan atau menjauhi dari diri kita, dan itu salah satu merupakan contoh tersebut. And then for the next is the act self-destructively. So here I will explain for example like the students maybe like alcoholic, drinking some beer, do some drugs, something like that. That is the act self-destructively. And then for the next is the drastic physical and mood change. So here the students that has like has, for example, at first he was had a fit body, and suddenly after we see him like next week and move on until so on, suddenly his body become skinnier or become bigger. That's the drastic physical. And then for the mood change, maybe for example like when we try to please our friends, so most of the friends maybe like that is a job, but for the students that who like thinking a suicide, maybe that maybe have like one thinking about we as the one who wins, maybe like thinking about want to get a fight. And then for next is the arranging things to be left behind. So here, maybe the students who are suddenly left everything like the clothes, a bike, something like that, and etc. That's and suddenly the students are become disappear without knowing where did he go. That's something like that, for example. And then for the last sign is the saying goodbye. So if your friends like suddenly sending a letter or a chat to you, and the text is about like talking about saying the last time say goodbye, then maybe the cause or the sign of students would like to do suicide. And for the next is I will explain about the symptoms of student suicide. So for the first is the feelings of helplessness and loneliness. So students thinking about if they in di keramaian, maybe thinking about merasa kalau di keramaian tersebut dia tidak ada yang merasakan kalau dia ada di keramaian itu, kayak sudah menghilang, tidak ada yang tahu, bisa ditinggal seperti itu. And then for the second symptom is intense feeling. So for example like rage, marah. Nah, intense feeling artinya dari suatu perasaan seperti marah, akan membesar tanpa terkendali seperti itu. Dan for the next symptom is the frustration. So first of all, I would like to say task maybe from the lecture, given by the lecture. So if the lecturer give too much of tasks, then makes us as the student frustrated because the how much the task that was given, and gonna be hard to complete it because the deadline of each task is almost like the same. And then for the next symptoms is the feelings are meaningless. So the students maybe some thinking that their feelings are doesn't have any meaning, like their smile for the other doesn't like why would you smile, something like that. And then for the last symptom is the high stress. So wasn't same as the frustration. So because of the task was given by the lecture, and because of the for, as the third, the task was given by the lecturer maybe make us the high maybe become stressed because and the other lecturer also given other tasks, other lecturer also, and that makes us stressed because which one we need to finish it first. So I think that's the reason. And then for before I continue, does anyone that's the explanation of the sign also the symptoms. So before that, I would like to ask everyone here: does anyone like understand, get what is the different the sign also the symptoms of student suicide? Does anyone would like give opinion? No? Okay, I will explain it. So for the sign is the cause that we do the outside of our body. For example, seperti kita melakukan suatu hal yang di luar dari tubuh kita. Dan that is the sign. And for the symptoms is like what happened in our body. For like tubuh kita, yang ada dalam tubuh kita seperti menjadi kurus atau pikiran kita tidak terkendali perasaannya seperti itu. And let's continue. So for the next slide, please. And for the next is I will explain about the role of friends. And so for the role of friends is the first is to recognize change in behavior in your friends. So if you have friends, first meeting maybe they are so kind, friendly, something like that. And then after you meeting him a couple of times, and suddenly their behavior change in front of you, there might be the result. So that is the as the role of friends to recognize is that the change of your friends, and then for the second role is the help, listen, and provide emotional support to your friends. So when your friends have like a problem, you need to help them by listening what the problem is, and also give some opinion or suggestion what you need to do. So to make sure that our friends that have a problem doesn't have a bad route a bad way how to solve it. And then for the next role, okay, for the next role is the role of lecture. So for the first role is the helps detect behavioral change in the students. So usually the lecturer maybe at the first meeting at the students maybe they would like to introduce ourselves with the lecture first and then the students. And after that, we know what kind of student the lecturer maybe get. And then if we continue until almost at the end of the semester, maybe the lecturer maybe see what's different from the beginning until the end of the semester. That is the difference. And that's how to detect. And then for the next role is provide emotional and physical support to the students. So when students have like broken emotional, you need to as the lecturer we need to give some support like if they had if they sick and they had a task which is the deadline is close, we as a lecturer will give them a little bit of time to finish the task because when the thing is, when we six, we can do some homework, right? And then for the next role is help students to seek professional help if necessary. So if the student is almost like have a mental breakdown, so we need to suggest the students to go to the professional help if necessary. And then for the next role is next slide, please. Okay, and for the next role is role of family. So for the first role is the recognizing change in behavior in your children. So so we ask the family or the parents of the children, maybe because we are the one who are born them, or making them, and then we are the first meeting them, and we know what kind of child we get. Maybe is so active, something like that, friendly to other. So and then our child become older, we know there's slightly difference because me and when I'm a child, I'm so like not stay. Ketika saya masih kecil, saya sering sekali keluar. Namun ketika saya sudah mencapai di masa-masa remaja, saya terus berada di kawan, tidak pernah keluar sama sekali karena kebanyakan teman-teman saya itu tempatnya jauh dan sekolah saya pun juga jauh. And then for the next is the next role is pay attention to your children. So if we don't give any attention to our children, maybe we always focusing on the work and to collecting some money. To even though you collect the money for your children, still you need to give attention to them because children and when they're young, because they need to learn something from us as the parents. So for that, the children maybe get something what they should do and shouldn't do. I think that's all about the sign and symptoms of suicide. Students also the role of family, friends in the lecture. And for the next, will be presented by my friend. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you. So for the next, I will explain about what to do. What we should do to avoid suicide. So the first one is involvement in social networks. Anybody know why we should do that? The first one, involvement in social media networks. No? No? Okay. So why we should involvement in social networks? For example, if we have a good social networks, have a good environment that, for example, that smart, learn about funny things, positive things that makes you maybe do not care again about the suicide. You more educated, you more know about what suicide is that, why we should avoid it. So involvement in social networks is really impact to avoid suicide. And then for the second one is have long-term goals. Why we should have a long-term goals? Because, for example, again, if we have a long-term goals, we will think twice if we want to suicide, if we want to die. So if we want to die, for example, we're really tired of our life. We really want to end this life. But you have a long-term goals. Then you will think twice. Oh no, I can't end my life right now because I have the goals that I should achieve. That's why have a long-term also can avoid the suicide. The third one is have pets. Actually, it's based on your own self, but a lot of people have a pet. It's really help to manage our mental health because if we have pets, we can feel more comfortable and we can have friends and avoid the loneliness. We feel I have friends to I'm searching, no, I mean sharing my feelings, something like that, especially a dog or cat, that pets that really know what the owner feelings. And then for the last one is having a therapist who makes you feel connected. Actually, if you already think, oh no, I want to die, I want to do suicide. If you already think like that, is it something wrong in your mind? That makes you need to having a therapist, because therapist can help you to feel more calm, feel more comfortable, so you can forget about something that made you really tired in your life. So that's why having a therapist who makes you feel connected, it can help you to avoid to do suicide. The next one, I will talk about human rights. Human rights in bahasa is HAM or hak asasi manusia. So I have a question for you guys. Does suicide violate human rights? Yes? Yes? No? Okay, Saras have a different opinion. Who said yes? Why? What do you think about? Why human rights is suicide? Suicide violates human. Why do you think like that?
Oh, yeah.
Just say about your own mind. Others. Okay, maybe Tona, please.
Okay, so why societies highlight human rights is because, yes, we also have the rights of our life also, but we have to know that our life is not about yourself. We have to also be aware about our family, our, kewajiban kita. So we as a human just don't just take our right and also do our jobs too. So it is a highlight human rights.
Okay, so your opinion is yes or no? No.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Saras maybe?
So I think no, because karena orang itu diri itu kan kita dia sendiri. Sedangkan kalau misalnya mau melanggar HAM itu harus seperti membunuh, barulah melanggar hak asasi manusia. Seperti melanggar HAM itu orang yang melakukannya, bukan kita sendiri.
Orang yang melanggar HAM.
Ya, dia kalau misalnya bunuh diri itu kan kelemahan dia sendiri. Jadi
So your answer is no. Okay. Next. So yeah, every human being has human rights, such as the right to have an opinion, the right to life, the right to education, and many others. Right? But how about to suicide? What do you think? It's already answered by Saras and Tona, and both have a different opinion. So, yeah, let me explain for you. Human rights exist and aim to humanize humans. That's the point. Humanize humans. Humans are given rights so that they can live a good and dignified life in accordance with their nature. Jadi manusia itu diberikan HAM untuk hidup dengan baik dan dignified life in accordance with their nature. So logically, suicide is violate human rights. Next. Because suicide is naturally against nature and is seen as a violation of human rights. Therefore, no one and in no way should be allowed to end a life, as this is an act of abuse against human dignity or human rights. So, the answer is yes.
Yes, it's violent human rights.
Okay, this is the last presentation from our group. So, this is the last statement. So, suicide is not the end. There is hope. There is help, and suicide is preventable.
Thank you.
Okay, that's all information about high risk of students suicide case in Indonesia. And now we will be open question and answer section, and we will open for 3 questions. So for those who have questions, you can raise your hand.
So thank you. Maybe I want to ask maybe like a simple questions. So as you all know, how do you you can't tell people if they're depressed or not because so my question is how do you know if someone is having a deep depression? For example, maybe one of your friends or your closest friends. Because as far as I know, people who has depressions don't show any signs that they're depressed. So do you have any maybe clue or maybe how to know? I think that's the thing.
Okay, thank you. Ready for the question? And the next question, Mr. Ras.
Alright, thank you. So I want to ask, how can we calm down someone who wants to do suicide, or how can we prevent someone from doing that? Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Going for the next question.
Okay, thank you, Radhi. So, thank you, Radhi. So, my question is, if someone or our friends that they tell about their problems and their things that makes them depression, but we as a friend we want to help her or him, but we didn't know how to do that. So, what do you think that we have to do to make them not depression again? But we actually didn't know how to solve their problem, and we didn't have anything to help them, but we still have to help them, right? So what things that we have to do? That's it. Thank you.
So for the answer for the question number 1 is we have to care about our environment. Kita harus care terhadap lingkungan kita, dan dari sana kita bisa mengetahui orang yang memiliki depresi, dan juga itu akan berpengaruh dengan social isolation yang mana orang tersebut akan yang mana biasanya mereka mau untuk sama-sama bergabung dan setelah itu kita juga melihat dia menyendiri atau ada yang aneh dalam dia can back social isolation.
And I want to add, maybe we can see their for example, we as their friend, we every day look eat or see. So, for example, they always eat with a big portion, but when they depression, they eat with less small portion or something. Then we can realize something. What happened with you? So their person maybe go different.
I want to add also, but yeah, in the reality, it's really hard to find because now we tend to do individualism and everything, and people tend not show is that is he happy or not or just fine. But the one thing that we need to know if we our friends, especially our like close friends, just we have to ask them like, how is your day? Just ask everything like, how's your day? Is it good? And then if we tend to like repeatedly ask them about their feelings and everything, they will tell like, oh, jadi mereka tuh bisa rely on us, and then they will mungkin bisa terbuka sedikit. Jadi kalau ketika people akan bisa langsung terbuka to you, like open to you a lot. Kalau kamu nggak terbiasa dengan itu, jadi intinya what we need to do just aware sama your surroundings, like take they don't have someone to tell, gitu. They don't have someone to rely on, especially maybe family juga know and friends juga know. So I think something that we really can do is just to listen, talk to them nicely. Dan satu, jangan compare. That's the thing. Misalnya karena semua orang tuh punya mental health different, dan and there's something cases yang oh kamu juga, aku juga ngalamin itu. Don't say like that, but oh yeah I know. Just say like okay, just listen to them. Let them talk and we just listen to them. Jadi I think that's the most important thing to do is listen. Jadi mereka feel like they have someone to talk to. So I think that's all about my answer.
And one last question.
The last question.
How do, if our friends have depression and we don't know how to help them?
So if jika kita memiliki permasalahan yang kita tidak bisa bantu seperti memberikan saran, mungkin kita bisa mengajak dia berpergian jalan-jalan. Namun pergian tersebut harus yang memiliki dampak positif. Namun tidak seperti mengajaknya bermain game. Namun jika kalah itu juga menambah depresi mereka makin memburuk. Jadi misalkan bisa ada yang mengajak dia ke kemana, ke tempat danau yang tempatnya seperti damai seperti itu, banyak alam ya kayak hanya pergian itu adalah satu utama cara kalau kita tidak bisa memberikan saran ataupun jalan untuk mereka.
Lagi satu. Kalau benar-benar really nggak bisa suruh mereka psycho. That's the thing. Hanya somehow psychiatrist or psychology. That's because karena that's their field gitu, fieldnya itu. Jadi kita bisa suggest mereka untuk talk to psychologist. Well, okay.
That's all of our